Welcome back to Everyday Race. In today's video, I'm going to be tearing down 2013 Toyota Prius 1.8 liter engine that I got on Facebook Marketplace for free. Now here's the Facebook Marketplace ad, and you can see what it says. It also said it was 500 pounds to bring like 5 people, and I couldn't understand why. And when I got there, I saw the transmission attached to it. Apparently it's a good working transmission. So I loaded it in my truck and off it went. Obviously, I had to remove the transmission because I'm not going to be messing with the transmission. I'm interested in cracking this engine open and see exactly what happened to it. Now this engine comes in 2010 to 2015 Toyota Priuses, and it's a 2zr engine. It's notorious for a faulty water pump impeller, faulty, head gasket issues, and clogged up EGR components. So it's the least desirable Prius. People always saying bad things about those and not to buy those cars. So obviously for those reasons, they go on sale for pretty cheap. When I was inspecting this engine, I was pretty surprised how clean it was. The rear main seal wasn't leaking, and generally the engine looked like it was in a much better condition than low mile Ford EcoBoost that I've been taking apart. So enough talking, let's start removing all this junk off of it. Oh yeah. Stupid design. It's like you got to remove the exhaust manifold to clear this tube, to remove this part that fails all the time. That's what you want. Take this sucker off. Car valve, cooler. Look at that. Easy peasy. Get the fuel rail out of the way. Very tight fit, but easily removable. Alright. 4 12mm bolts. Not too bad. Pretty good condition. You ain't going nowhere. Chain is tight. No damage at all. All right. Chain tensioner. Pretty good condition. Look at that. Mint. Very good condition. Very good condition. Once again, not a lot of wear. Chain. No kinks. Still good condition. So it's got a chain driven oil pump. Good condition. 10mm. Oil pump guide. Good condition. Guide. Beautiful condition. Beautiful. Alright, so this is the oil pump. This is the screen. It's pretty clean. No metal. I'll be surprised if it's a rod. We'd be seeing a lot of metal. So oil pump, chain, same deal. Pretty good condition. And the only thing I see is some varnish, but just something normal. So Instead of removing the cylinder head, I want to remove the bottom half of it and see if you can see the connecting rod. So let's do that. Sounds like a great idea right now. It might not be in the future. Okay, dowel pin. Alright, so now we get to find out if it's a connecting rod, because it's all exposed. Alright, so this one feels normal. This one feels normal. This one feels normal. That one feels normal. It spins so freely. Ain't no way it's a rod. No way. Alright, next we gotta remove the camshafts. Okay. Alright, everything looks pretty good. So far. No damage between the cylinders. So we gotta see if maybe valves are leaking. There we go. This valve is leaking. This valve is leaking. Alright. Everything else is dry, so we got cylinder number 4, 2 intake valves. Need a valve job. Everything else looks dry. Alright, so the phone decided to die from heat. So I was in the middle of testing the exhaust valves for leaks, and they were all perfect. So then I pulled the connecting rods and pistons out of the engine block, because that's what the person I got the engine from told me, what they were told the problem with the engine. And take a look at it. All the rings are moving around just like they should. And let's look at the bearings. The bearings are mint. Every one of them. I was just pretty impressed. So next, let's look at the crankshaft. Rod bearing journals. They're all mint. As you can see, the crankshaft spinning very easily. So I'm willing to bet that all the main bearings are in good condition. So I've decided for that reason to keep the crankshaft in the block. There's no point removing it. So let's get to the conclusion. So the engine was to have a rod knock, and on Priuses it's usually because a misfire or the EGR. So the EGR was or is partially plugged up. There you go, there's a better view with the sun. And the EGR valve doesn't have a lot of carbon, but there's some in there. So, and the second problem was obviously two intake valves were leaking, but that would just cause a poor running engine when it's cold. Now, the fuel injectors are not the problem, neither were the ignition coils. And the reason I can say that right now is because every spark plug looks identical. So if it was a bad fuel injector, one of the plugs would be white or awfully dark. If it was a bad ignition coil, then they would be dark and wet, smelling like fuel. That was not the case. So how would a EGR valve or a misfire would cause someone to think that the engine got bad rod bearings? Well, let me show you why. Alright, so this is a transmission that attaches to the engine, and this is a flex plate that attaches to the transmission, and then this flex plate attaches to the engine via flywheel. So as we can see, we got some springs in here, 1, 2, 3, and they don't look very heavy. So once the engine's got a misfire, then there would be a skip, and the springs would unload, and it would make this sound. Since it's very close to the bottom of the engine, where the crankshaft is at, that would most likely sound like a rod knock. So this is why most of them sound like a rod knock, and most of them get misdiagnosed. Alright, so that's going to be it for today, for this engine teardown with the bad connecting rod that turned out to be not connecting rod. So this engine, I'm going to fix it up, and I'm going to keep it as a spare. I'll find Prius with the bad engine, and it'll be my next ride. So thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.